Hello and welcome to a tour of Sabbatical, a 50-foot Gulfstar sailing ketch. She is a great blue water cruiser and a very comfortable live-aboard sailing yacht. Sabbatical is 50 feet long and 13 feet and 8 inches in the beam. We have sailed her to South America and back while constantly upgrading her. Upgrades include a new anchor platform, and the yacht has a 55-pound Delta anchor, a Fortress FX37, and a 65-pound Danforth storm anchor. The windlass is a 12-volt sail configuration includes a new Genoa on roller furling, a staysail on a removable inner stay, and a main and a mizzen. Being a ketch, Sabbatical provides a flexible sail configuration to accommodate numerous sailing conditions. This yacht has received lots of tender, loving care, including replacement of all of the standing rigging and meticulous attention to the teak and to the deck. A rigid cockpit bimini was constructed to accommodate 400 watts of solar panels. The solar panels, along with the Four Winds wind generator, do an admirable job of keeping the 8 T105 deep cycle batteries charged. Comes with an 8-person Avon life raft, which can be recertified, and we have found the dinghy davits to be extremely useful, not only for our windsurfer, but for lifting up the dinghy and the dinghy motor.
The dinghy for Sabbatical is an AB 10.5 foot rigid bottom, which planes really well. We've used it for diving in big rough water, and it's been a really reliable dinghy.
For the rest of my life, I will always have fond memories of this spacious cockpit. We have entertained so many good friends that we've met while sailing through the Caribbean and have had so many wonderful evenings in this cockpit. I also would like to add that it's a very airy, breezy cockpit and that you can close off the front when underway for more protection. The boisterous Birdie Boy does not come with the boat. We have a CPT wheel-mounted autopilot, and he's been great. He's been the one crew member that's never complained on those long blue water passages. We also have a cockpit table and a larger dining table, which slides onto the cockpit table. When sailing downwind on the coast of Venezuela, we found the downwind pole to be extremely helpful. We also have a life sling, a horseshoe, and all the necessary safety equipment, which we now have stored away. Now I'd like to show you our comfortable living quarters, so please join me down in the main salon. This Gulfstar 50 model has 3 staterooms and originally had 3 heads, one of which now has been converted to the watermaker room and houses our watermaker. The classic gorgeous teak interior has been well maintained. And a friend of ours who is a gifted carpenter put in most of the shelves throughout the boat. The upholstery is in excellent condition and many of our cushions were recently reupholstered. In my opinion, the keel-stepped mast has been an important safety feature and prevents flexing of the decks that is frequently seen in some of the newer boats. We have enjoyed having fishing equipment aboard and eating fresh seafood in beautiful isolated anchorages. Our nav station comes equipped with a ham radio, a single sideband radio, a VHF radio and GPS, and of course charts of the Caribbean. The Pactor modem for radio email has allowed us to remain in communication with friends and family as we have traveled throughout the Caribbean. We recently purchased a 406 megahertz satellite EPIRB. Our first mate Big Bird lives in the cruise quarters, which has doubled as the garage. We carry tools and spare parts in here, but many cruisers have used this cabin as the third bedroom or stateroom. Spacious V-berth has its own entrance to the head and lots of storage, including 2 lockers, drawers next to the lockers, and also drawers under the bunk. The triangular piece can be raised to increase the size of the bed. Our large L-shaped galley has a recently installed 12-volt Adler-Barber refrigerator, which has the equivalent square footage of a stand-up refrigerator. The Adler-Barber works very well with our solar panels and wind generator. In addition to the Adler-Barber refrigerator, we have a freezer, which runs on a granite coal plate and can be utilized when you are far away from civilization. The stainless steel Shipmate stove and oven operates on propane, and many delectable meals have been prepared in this galley. New laminate was installed on the countertops, and new teak shelves were built behind the counter. This cabinet was custom built to hold pots and pans and serving dishes. Also, the spice rack was custom built, and we put shelves in these 2 enormous lockers to house provisions when we are gone on long passages. The forward head was completely remodeled, and all new laminate was put on countertops and on the front of cupboards. This boat carries 300 gallons of water, 200 gallons in the aft tank and 100 gallons in the forward tank, which is an enormous amount of water for a cruising yacht of this size. We love the aft stateroom because not only is it roomy, it is very well ventilated. Being a 50-foot boat, there's a lot of space between the V-berth and the aft stateroom, so that allows for plenty of privacy. As you can see, cabins have been designed for this boat and were installed on both sides, and the teak has been recently revarnished. Our biggest problem is where to store our 4 dive tanks. Not only does this boat come with a windsurfer, but it comes with dive equipment for those who are interested in diving. We have lots of storage, a full locker, 4 drawers over here, and drawers underneath the bed all the way around. The aft head includes a private shower stall. When we first bought the boat, the seller kept bragging about the shower stall, and I found that rather amusing, since to me at that point in time it seemed quite small. However, after sailing through the Caribbean and seeing all these cruisers taking showers out on deck, I have learned to really appreciate private hot showers. We have hot water both at the dock and when underway. And
entering the engine room from the galley side, port side of the boat, you'll see that this is a very spacious engine room. There's a 6-gallon water heater, works off the engine or on shore power. The engine, which was repowered, is the larger engine. It's the Perkins 4236, which has a total of 85 horsepower.
Thank you for taking a tour of Sabbatical with me. If you want more information about this great blue water cruising yacht, or you're really up for a good sailing adventure, please feel free to call Al and Diana at 303-258-3745 or send us an email at alhnelson, alhnelson @aol.com. And fair winds.